Phoenix businesses, meanwhile, still facing a lot of obstacles. Many are struggling, as we know, to get back the customers they lost over the past 2 years.
But there is help out there. So Monica joining us live with more on a free service that the city of Phoenix is offering business owners and the deadline that is looming literally next week. Monica, good morning.
Good morning, ladies. So we're talking about help with marketing again, help with maybe going over your finances. The city of Phoenix is going to be paying for 10 free hours of an expert's time getting people back into your business. It's something that helped this martial arts studio save thousands of dollars, and they're finally seeing people come back inside. More on their story in just a second, but first, the program is part of a citywide online community and resource center through the platform Hub and Phoenix Biz Connect. There, businesses can fill out an application for 10 free hours and get matched with an expert in your community in just days. The service helped Alessandro Ashanti. He's the owner of Full Circle Jiu Jitsu off Thunderbird Road and 19th Avenue. In the past 2 years, they've lost 75% of their clients, and their studio was flooded by sprinklers after someone broke in, stole their equipment, started a fire. He says he needed help getting people back inside.
So for me, I was looking for somebody who was a social media marketing expert, but also a Google Ads expert, because most of our business is done with Google Ads. So that drives about 90% of our traffic into the school is a good Google Ads campaign.
There isn't a lot of required paperwork that they have to put together. It really is easy for business owners because they just need to say what they need help on, and we can qualify them based on their location within the city.
So all this information can be found on the City of Phoenix's website. And by the way, this is completely separate from grants, small business loans, anything that you've seen on their website. It's a completely different service, but it is first come, first serve, and the deadline is next week. So hurry up and sign up if you need something like a Google advertisement or just any sort of support. Again, it's free. Guys, back to you.
That's great information. Monica, thank you.
By the way, the real estate market is very different than the world most other businesses are living in, still struggling because of pandemic closures, staff and supply shortages nearly 2 years later, but there is help out there in Phoenix. So Monica has more on the free services that they can get until next week's deadline. Monica, good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott. You know, we keep throwing around the phrase getting back to normal, but for a lot of Valley businesses, that's not easy. Like this martial arts studio, they lost 80% of their students during the shutdown, and getting back to normal includes marketing again, advertising again. So the city of Phoenix is willing to pay up to 10 hours of an expert's time, and they really need it out here. Take a look at the floor. So during the shutdown, someone broke into their studio, they stole their equipment, they set it on fire. So for the past year and a half, it's been a mess out here. Finally, they're getting kind of everything together, and they need a new floor. But in order to do so, they get students in here and they need to market. More on their story in just a second. But first, let's talk about that program. It's part of a citywide online community and resource center through the platform Hub and Phoenix Biz Connect. That's where business owners can go and they can fill out an application to get 10 free hours, and then they get matched with an expert in your community in just days. So that service helped Alessandro Ashanti. He is the owner of Full Circle Jiu Jitsu off Thunderbird Road in 19th Avenue. In 2 years, like I said, they lost nearly 80% of their clients. Their studio was flooded by sprinklers after a fire was set in here, and he says he just really needed help getting back on his feet.
So for me, I was looking for somebody who was a social media marketing expert, but also a Google Ads expert, because most of our business is done with Google Ads. So that drives about 90% of our traffic into the school is a good Google Ads campaign.
There isn't a lot of required paperwork that they have to put together. It really is easy for business owners because they just need to say what they need help on, and we can qualify them based on their location within the city.
So the owner of this martial arts studio says thanks to those Google ads, he was able to drum up more business, and now he's got more people in here. And by the way, if you are looking for a jiu-jitsu studio, he takes students ages 5 all the way through adults. And if you do want to file that application in order to get those 10 free hours paid by the City of Phoenix, all that information is on the City of Phoenix's website. But hurry up because the deadline is next week.
All
From
right.
Phoenix, guys, back to you.
All right, Monica, thank you.
Normal, still facing so many obstacles, especially getting back the customers that they lost over the last 2 years.
But help is out there. Monica joins us live with the free services the city of Phoenix is offering business owners.
Well, good morning, guys. So the city of Phoenix is offering 10 free hours with a local expert to help businesses who really need it. We're talking marketing. Maybe you need help going over your finances. Places like this martial arts studio, take a look around. Their floors were flooded after they shut down during the lockdown. Then someone broke in, stole their equipment, and set the place on fire. Just now, they are planning on replacing the floor. But in the meantime, hey, they need clients through their door, and they were able to utilize this service to drum up those people to come back in here. More on their story in just a second. But first, this program is part of a citywide online community and resource center through the Platform Hub and Phoenix Biz Connect. Their businesses can fill out applications for the 10 free hours and get matched with an expert in your community within days. The service helped Alessandro Ashanti. He is the owner of Full Circle Jiu Jitsu off Thunderbird Road and 19th Avenue. In 2 years, they've lost 75% of their clients, and their studio was flooded by sprinklers again after someone broke in, stole their equipment, and started a fire. He says he needed to get people back in ASAP.
They put me with a guy who's local, who's really good at what he does. And he's been able to give us really concentrated support in terms of what we should do, the tweaks we wouldn't know about, and exactly how to take it to the next level.
And just wanting to get that resource out to the small business owners, because we know that if they know about it, they'll use it, and people are really interested in it. I mean, who wouldn't, right? Like if you got 10 hours to help you rebuild your website or, do all these things, like why wouldn't you take advantage of that?
So the owner here was matched with a Google Ads expert, and he says thanks to those Google Ads, thanks to those 10 free hours he had with that expert, he was able to drum up more support, more people to come out here, and now he's fully back to the amount of students he can take. However, he says he's right here in North Phoenix, right next to Moon Valley neighborhood, so he would like more people to come through his doors. But one last look around, a lot of work he still has to do out here, but they have the mats and a great place for people to work out. And if your business needs more help, more support, they have all this information on the city's website. Guys, back to you.